Days of Our Lives has promised an escalation in the mysterious attacks tied to the body and soul production, and the victims are piling up fast. The identity of the culprit remains unknown, but one thing is certain: their reign of terror is far from over. The first victim, Kiriakis, suffered a terrible fall that left her seriously injured, but it seems her accident was just the beginning. Now, more beloved Salem residents are about to find themselves in grave danger. Kayla Johnson, Hattie Adams, and Johnny DeMera will all be fighting for their lives as the attacks intensify. A newly released weekly preview video offers a chilling glimpse of what's to come. Kayla is seen suddenly collapsing and becoming unresponsive, sending shockwaves through those around her. It remains unclear whether she ingested something toxic or simply came into contact with a dangerous substance, but her fate hangs in the balance. As it turns out, Kayla's involvement with body and soul may have put a target on her back. With Bonnie unable to fulfill her role, Kayla stepped in as a temporary replacement to play Cassandra. Now, it seems that decision may have dire consequences. Meanwhile, Kiriakis finds himself in a precarious situation as well. A recently discovered photo suggests that whoever is behind these sinister attacks has marked him next, his face ominously scratched out, just as Bonnie's was before her fall. If history is any indication, it won't be long before Alex finds himself in imminent danger. Indeed, Alex's turn in the nightmare comes sooner rather than later. Spoilers reveal that he will suffer an alarming medical crisis, one that leaves Stephanie Johnson in a panic. Rushing to his side, Stephanie will likely call for emergency assistance, fearing the worst. Given that body and soul has already been targeted by tampered food before, causing widespread sickness, it's possible that this time, the perpetrator has delivered an even more potent, life-threatening poison. The mystery deepens, and no one is safe. But Alex isn't the only one facing an uncertain fate. Hattie, a recent returnee to Salem, and Johnny, the ambitious director at the helm of Body and Soul, will also find themselves in the line of fire. The attacks appear to be escalating, and whoever is orchestrating them seems to have an agenda that involves taking down key figures in the production. Is it someone with a vendetta against the show? Or could it be someone much closer to home, someone harboring a grudge that has yet to be revealed? Adding to the growing list of potential victims, Joy Wesley has also been spotted in a hospital gown in the recent promo, suggesting she, too, has fallen prey to the attacker's scheme. If that's the case, the number of hospitalized individuals could reach 5: Kayla, Alex, Hattie, Johnny, and Joy. The stakes have never been higher, and time is running out to unmask the villain before the next tragedy strikes. As the panic spreads, speculation runs wild in Salem. Is the culprit someone lurking in the shadows, or could they be hiding in plain sight? With each passing day, the tension grows, leaving everyone associated with body and soul fearing for their lives. The attacks seem carefully calculated, designed not only to harm but to instill fear. Could this be personal? A grudge against one of the cast members? Or is it something even darker, a twisted game being played by a criminal mastermind? Theories continue to swirl about who could be behind the chaos. Some believe it might be a former cast member with unfinished business, while others suspect an unknown enemy with a vendetta against the production. One thing is certain: the closer Salem's residents get to the truth, the more dangerous the situation becomes. While it seems likely that all of the victims will eventually pull through, their brush with death is bound to leave lasting scars, both physical and emotional. The fear and paranoia in Salem are at an all-time high, and until the culprit is caught, everyone involved with body and soul remains in jeopardy. Meanwhile, law enforcement is working tirelessly to uncover the truth. Rafe Hernandez is determined to crack the case, but the villain remains one step ahead. With new twists and turns unfolding each day, the stakes have never been higher. Who will be the next target? And will the residents of Salem be able to stop this ruthless attacker before it's too late? Days of Our Lives has promised more shocking twists and turns in this gripping storyline, and viewers won't want to miss a moment of the drama. Who is behind these terrifying attacks? What is their ultimate goal? And how much more chaos will they unleash before their identity is exposed? As the mystery unfolds, one thing is certain: Salem will never be the same. Next, the week of February 3rd 7 is shaping up to be an emotional rollercoaster on Days of Our Lives, with a mix of romance, drama, and heartbreak. One storyline that will undoubtedly leave fans on edge is Kayla Johnson's sudden and alarming health crisis. Longtime viewers know that Kayla has faced numerous challenges over the years, but this time, her struggle might be more dangerous than ever. As she tries to enjoy a quiet, romantic evening with Steve Johnson, fate intervenes in a way that neither of them could have anticipated. Kayla and Steve have fought long and hard to find their way back to each other. After years of misunderstandings, painful separations, and outside forces pulling them apart, the two have finally begun to settle into a comfortable rhythm as husband and wife once again. Their love story is one for the ages, filled with passion, resilience, and an unbreakable bond. So, when Steve plans a special evening for the woman he loves, it should have been a beautiful moment, a time for them to bask in their happiness and forget about the chaos that often surrounds their lives in Salem. But just as they start to enjoy their time together, something goes horribly wrong. Without warning, Kayla collapses in Steve's arms, leaving him in a state of panic. In an instant, the romantic ambiance is shattered. Steve's mind races as he cradles his wife's limp body, calling out to her in desperation. "Stay with me, sweetness," he pleads, hoping to see any sign of movement or response. But Kayla remains unresponsive, her breath shallow and her skin growing pale. Realizing that he needs to act fast, Steve reaches for his phone and dials 911, his hands shaking as he reports the emergency. The operator's voice is calm, but Steve's heart pounds in his chest as he listens to the instructions. Every second feels like an eternity as he waits for the ambulance to arrive, silently praying that Kayla will open her eyes and reassure him that she's okay. But she doesn't. Steve holds her close, whispering words of encouragement, urging her to fight. The memory of losing her before, whether to illness, separations, or misunderstandings, flashes through his mind. He can't lose her again. Not now. Not when they've finally found their way back to each other. A race against time, the sound of sirens in the distance offers a glimmer of hope. Within moments, paramedics burst into the room, quickly assessing Kayla's condition. Steve steps back only because he has to, watching anxiously as they work to stabilize her. Questions fly at him. How long has she been unconscious? Did she complain of feeling ill earlier? Has she had any recent medical issues? But all Steve can focus on is Kayla's unmoving form. As they lift her onto a stretcher and rush her toward the ambulance, Steve grabs her hand, squeezing it tightly. "I'm right here, sweetness," he assures her, his voice thick with emotion. "I'm not going anywhere." The doors close, and the sirens wail as the ambulance speeds toward the hospital, carrying Kayla away. Steve follows closely behind, his heart pounding with worry. The woman he loves more than anything in the world is in danger, and all he can do is hope that the doctors at Salem University Hospital can figure out what's wrong before it's too late. As he paces the hospital waiting room, anxiously awaiting news from the doctors, one question lingers in his mind. Will Kayla pull through, or is he about to face the most painful loss of his life? Viewers will have to tune in to see what fate has in store for Kayla and Steve. Will she recover quickly, or is this just the beginning of a more serious medical battle? Will Steve have to confront a devastating prognosis, or will their love story once again prove that nothing can tear them apart?